Hey guys, Billy here with Preacher's Creatures. What I thought we'd do in today's video is do a color match. Hey guys, Billy here with Preacher's Creatures. Appreciate you tuning in to another video. And I thought what we'd do today is do a color match. In today's video, we're going back to the recipe book and we're getting fruity with kiwi. Stick around. Hope you enjoy the video. Today we're going to attempt again kiwi. Again. Okay guys, as you can see in the computer monitor there, we are going for the color kiwi, and this has been one of the most frustrating color matches that I have tried to do. I usually have pretty good knack for it, but my frustration is not in so much the lack of ability to match the color up as much as it has been the variance in the materials, specifically the flake that I've been using, that has caused such a chaos. I have tried 2 different colorants, and one of them you'd think was a perfect match, but then when I added the flake, it went AWOL and went a totally different color, which is fine, because that's what happens when you add, black flake. Sometimes it'll darken things up. But anyway, then we went to a Chartreus in dead on Plastix, and then we added the Do It flake, which I'll show you here in just a minute, and it did what we wanted it to do. Kind of acted as a black backer. But then I went to go shoot the video, and I added Walmart flake, and it didn't change it at all. If I'd have thought one was going to change over the other, it would have been the cheap Walmart flake, but it ended up holding true to the color of the colorant, and the glitter didn't bleed over. And so I have tried, and then I tried adding the Do It flake, and then it ended up changing it like it was supposed to, but then I had too much of the flake in there. So I have tried 3 times to recreate this color on camera, and it has been a failure every time. And so hopefully this go around, we're going to get it done. Stick around. We're going to get our plastic heated up. We're going to get things set up, and hopefully we will be hopefully we're going to get the kiwi. The kiwi. Or we're going to end up in Broughton. One of the two. And if you know our area, you know Broughton. Some say I ought to already be there. Kiwi. We're going to do it this time. Stick around. Okay, so while this is heating up, let me show you a couple things. So our belly color is going to be this Pearl X Macropearl, and we're using it because we want it to have a little bit of a grainy texture on the bottom. We use a half teaspoon of this per cup. Now what we're doing today is a half a cup, so we're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon. But then when it comes to our top color, we're going to be using this dead on plastic Chartreuse, and with this color, and I'm only showing you what the results that I got with just this color. I'm not doing the one with the Char Lime. So when I mixed these two, this is Do It 0.040 hex black flake, then this is the result, and that is that's pretty much what we're looking for right there. And you can see how it laminated real well, and that's what we were trying for. But we filmed, and I thought, well, for the for filming a video, I'm just going to use this black glitter from Walmart. It's pretty much the same size. But when I used this glitter with the Chartreuse, it didn't change. Where the one made by the company that makes glitter for bait, it did change. And so that was one of the failed attempts. You can see how much lighter this is, just Chartreuse. Both of them are the same color, same drops, but I would have thought that the cheaper glitter would have bled over more, and I don't know that the other bled as much. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Anyway, maybe some of y'all out there that have done this a lot longer. So that was one of the failures. Another one was when I took this and I thought, well, is it just the glitter that made the difference? And so after I had made this with this, I thought, well, I'll put some of this in there, and sure enough, you can see how much more glitter's in there. I put I believe a quarter teaspoon of that in it. No, an eighth, because it was a half cup. And look, it turned it green, but it's got a ton of flake in it, and that's not really what we're going for. So anyway, here we are for the third time trying to get this color match on video for you guys. So we're going to put this up because this gives us the results we want. So let's check our plastisol, see what temperature we're up to. Looks like we might need to go a little bit higher. We'll see. Really don't know till you get it stirred up good. If I didn't cut my hair so short, I would probably have pulled some of my hair out by now. But it's okay. This hobby's made is supposed to be relaxing, and the hobby is relaxing. What's not relaxing is when you're trying to get a video for your YouTube channel, and things keep going wrong. So, but such is life. If that's the worst thing that happens to us over the last couple days, then we're doing pretty good. So, all right, we gotta heat these up, and we'll be back. Appreciate you guys tuning in and watching another Preachers Creatures video. All right, guys, let's pull these out, and they look like they're ready. Yeah, there we go. Double check. This cup on the right hand side seems to heat up a little bit faster. They're both Anchor cups, but this one always seems to heat up maybe 10-15 degrees more. So don't know why. Doesn't have anything to do with this video. All right, here we go. So our recipe, we're going to do our bottom color first, and this is one of those recipes where we're using a powder and we're using a colorant. And when that happens, sometimes your viscosity can be different. So you gotta go more by the viscosity and less by the temperature. I usually have to run this one about 10 or 15 degrees hotter than this one, so that this color doesn't take over. If you have any bleed over, you'd prefer it to be your top color than your bottom. So anyway, here we go. Pearl X Macropearl, and we are going with a quarter teaspoon. Hopefully that got on camera. not, that's okay. Let's see here. Here we go. And this is for a half cup. And so if you're doing a full cup, you do a half teaspoon of this and not a quarter. So the actual recipe per cup would be a half teaspoon of Pearl-X powder, and it would be for the top color now. We're getting ready to add our Chartreuse, and this Kiwi color, the bottom seems to me fairly saturated, and so we want more than just a shimmer of that Macropearl. We actually want it to take it to more of a solid look. So, all right. So that we're done with that. That was easy enough. Now we got to go with the top color. The recipe calls for 140 drops for a cup. Now, I will say this, I'm making this specific for a customer. So, let me move this a little bit so you can get a little bit better view. If you want it a little bit lighter, then don't put as many drops in. If you want it more opaque, that's fine. This color, even with 140 drops to a cup, it still is fairly see-through. And so, since it's a half cup, we are going to go 70 drops. Okay, so that's 70 plus or minus 1 or 2 drops. So when you're doing that high count, 1 or 2 drops usually isn't going to be that crazy, so, or make that big of a difference. So here we go, nice and Chartreuse. Okay, so now we're going to our Do It 0.040 black hex flake. For a full cup, we would do a 1/4 teaspoon, but since we're only doing a half a cup, we're going with 1/8 of a teaspoon. I don't know if that, there we go. So 1/8 of a teaspoon, and I'm gonna, there we go. I'm gonna clean that off of there. So dip it in there a little bit, and that way when I peel that off, it'll peel that glitter off. Or flake, as I tell my wife, because men don't play with glitter. Now let's watch the magic. Look at there, turning green. Oh, what a beauty. Success. We finally did it on camera. Oh, we'll heat this up, and because it's starting to catch or starting to get solid around the sides, and then we'll stir it up some more. And after we heat it some it might turn a little bit more green. So we'll be back in just a second. All right. So clean off our glitter spoon. See how that takes care of that? Got 2 little pieces there. Got to knock them out with my pinky. All right, so let's clean up the sides. Give that another stir. So it's looking pretty good. Looks like the inside of a kiwi, don't it? And you know, if you wanted to take it more green, maybe you could put just 1 drop of you know, like char lime or green or something like that in there, or neon green. But when I compare it to what's on the screen, it's really more of a chartreuse with, it's hard to explain. I can see some yellow in it, the chartreuse yellow, but then where the flake is, it's showing up green. And when I shoot it like this, that's typically what I get. So anyhow, let's check our temperatures. I'm doing too much talking and not enough shooting baits. So that's at 315 right there. And forgot to see what this one is. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to heat them up just a touch to match them up. This one's hotter, but I can just feel that it is it's thicker, and so that's fine. That's been working for me so far, but I really would like to shoot them a little bit hotter so that when they hit the injector and the molds, they don't gum up in the injector. So we'll be right back. Okay, it's about 318. That's what we topped out at on that one. This is saying 334. And usually I wouldn't shoot them necessarily that far apart. Now, if it was pigment, or colorant, yeah, no way. But with it being powder and colorant, yeah, we're gonna have to. So let's get set up, and so that we can see what we're doing here. Move you guys. Hopefully you can see that. May have to do a little bit of editing, but that'd be okay. I'm learning about this YouTubeage stuff. All right, here we go. We got this engaged. Let's do a quick draw. All right, so here we go. Now what we're going to be shooting is the 2-inch crappie crusher from Epic right here. So here we go, nice and smooth. And then I'm going to shoot from Angling AI. Let's shoot the 2-inch minnow. Okay. And then let's shoot the 1.5 inch, what I call mini minnow from Fat Guys Fishing. And that way we'll have a little bit of variety. Okay. Top this one off up here. And just because we got it, I've got a second 2.25 inch minnow from Angling AI. I don't know if that one's shot. We might be getting a little too cool. Maybe not. We'll see. All right. We'll let those cool down and we will be right back. Okay, kiddos. Let's see what we got. So we'll start out with, I'm not sure if this one filled out or not, because it was feeling kind of, I was having to give quite a bit of pressure, but we're going to find out. So here we go. This is the Angling AI, the 2.25 minnow, and let's see if we got us a Kiwi minnow. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. That's Chartreus with that black flake. Gives it just that little hint of green. And but when it comes to the tails, you can see it's more of a Chartreuse, where the flake is not as prominent. And that's exactly what we have on the screen over there. And let's see how she laminated. Looky there. Looky there. Very nice. Very nice. See a little bit of transfer over in a few places, but considering that we're shooting a powder and a colorant, I'll take that. I'll take that. So very nice. Lay that over here, and let's see what we have next. Hopefully I'm getting everything in frame. So we've got two of those molds. I'm not going to worry about opening the other one. We'll go to this 1.5 mini minnow, and see what we have here. Okay, and there we go. Pretty nice. I think it looks good. Now for the big reveal. That's again, that's 1.5. I can't remember what I think. Yeah, BA Stinger is what they call it. 1.5 inch BA Stinger, and it's a good mold. I've enjoyed it. I would say this and maybe they have to do it, but I wonder if they couldn't get away with a smaller sprue, since that's kind of a smaller bait. I don't know. So, but that's an awful lot of runner for those little baits. But I tell you what, they are beauties, and they do have a larger version of this, and I'm sure it's nice as well. But when I wanted to go to a 2-inch, I wanted to go with, I wanted to try out Epic Baits. And so when I ordered from them, I ordered this 2-inch Crappie Crusher. And they also have, I think it's Crappie Slayer, has the pintail, like the mini minnow or the 2.25 minnow from Anglin AI. But man, I have really enjoyed these baits, these molds from Epic Bait molds. Nothing against any of the others. I've really enjoyed the quality, and the fact that they label the label the outside and the top and back, or top and bottom. So looky here, another great lamination. Beautiful baits, and I have finally caught it on camera. The Kiwi recipe. And again, if you want to change it up and make it a little darker, you can put more drops in there. But I mean, you can see that even at this is 70 drops for a half cup, so it'd be 140 drops for a full cup. It's still fairly transparent, and that's that Dead on Plastix Chartreuse. I really like Dead on Plastix. Really nice colorants, but who knows? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, we're going to lay them out for a final display, and we appreciate it. Stick around, and we'll finish up over on the black felt. All right, guys, here we go. We have upgraded our display game, and no longer are we limited to just the freezer, top of the deep freezer service. We have felt. We have black felt down so that you can see the color contrast. I was thinking about getting some of this anyway, and I had one of my subscribers comment, "Hey, you should get some black felt to put your baits on to show them off. And so I was like, well, when your subscribers starts telling you things that you're already thinking about, maybe you need to go ahead and go with it. So I appreciate it, Ken. Appreciate the little nudge there. And so hopefully this will highlight those colors real good. But yeah, Kiwi, again, the top color per cup is 140 drops of Chartreuse, a quarter teaspoon of 0.04 black flake, and that flake was from Do It. Do It. You'll have to try your own, whatever brand you have, if you don't have that brand, to see if it actually makes the color change happen from yellow to green. And then our bottom color there is simply the a half teaspoon for a cup of the Pearl X Macropearl. And so the brand, or not the brand, but the color that name we was going for to match up was the Bobby Garland Kiwi. And I think it's a pretty good match. And for all the trouble that I had to go through to get this video up and on the page, or on the channel, please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We are almost, as of a couple hours ago, I was 8 away from 500 subscribers. So thank y'all so very much, those that have already subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we can learn something on this journey together. And so, yeah, there you go. I appreciate it. And don't forget, you'll love the features of Preacher's Creatures.